I'm about to watch the new season. Oh, so excited.
What the actual... What the hell? Okay, so Marcus is already dead, I guess, which is insane. First and second of all, Allison doesn't realize Claire's obviously not going to exist. How does that not make sense in her mind? And when I said Sloane was a hopeful romantic and was probably going to get married, I didn't expect it to be with Luther. Lila? Is she just having a small role? No way is that what Stanley. No way. No way. That was the thing that I least expected, was Lila and Diego having a son. That makes actually so much sense. So that means Lila's like 12 years older now. But what's she been doing this entire time? I guess raising a son. But where'd she go? I'm in pure shock. I'm glad Five got his rest. Klaus, the Obsidian Hotel. Man, the quality is so good. It's just consistent throughout this series. I don't know if I'm ready to go into episode 2. I don't know if I can. I have so many questions. I can't believe they killed off Marcus so early. Grace, why is she glitching? I have so many questions. Reginald Hargreaves questioning his own decision to raise the Sparrow Academy instead of the Umbrella Academy. And that Lester guy, whatever, that's gotta be Harlan. Reginald Hargreaves stole him or whatever from Sissy and then changed his name. That's gotta be Harlan. There's no way in hell that they've put all those little characteristics that make him like on the ASD spectrum, whatever, ASD, have ASD, like, that's so, it's obvious, right? And him trying to use powers, but it's for some reason it's not working. Too many questions. Diego having a son. Oh, now they have like a little nephew. Oh, Klaus must really, because in the trailer Klaus takes a liking to Stanley that much. Oh, Klaus being a good uncle. Oh. Surely, is this like real? What's Lila's, what is Lila? I don't understand why she had him for 12 years and didn't, how does that even work? That's gotta be a joke, right? And maybe it quite possibly might not be. Man, I love the Umbrella Academy. I'm gonna watch episode 2 now. At least it's not Allison anymore. Luther always has... Luther. You know what? The theory that I saw about Klaus being Amish, you know what? It makes sense. It makes sense. These episodes are really good. Like, they're phenomenal. This is the reason why this series is my favorite of all time. Episode 2 was amazing. 5, love it. I'm liking 5 a lot more this season than I normally do. The 5 Klaus duo, that's really good. Victor and Allison as a duo is probably the most amazing, one of my favorites. Stanley and Diego, I don't really know what to say about that. Lila using her powers, I'm really enjoying that. Diego, Stanley, that brings me back to them. I hope Diego becomes a better dad. That's all I have to say. He's a bit too much like Reginald Hargreaves, isn't he? His own dad. I really want to know how this Kugelblitz thing is working and why it's killed all their parents, all their mothers. It makes me really sad that Klaus couldn't meet his mother. I wish I could have seen that. I want to see that, them all like meeting their own mothers at some point, if that's a future season, I don't know, but that would be so cute. I would love it. And then 5 asking Klaus if he knew about who his mother was. 5 wants to know, and I don't blame him. They're so sweet about Victor coming out as well. Obviously they had to be because of Elliot Page, but it was such a nice scene. It's so well integrated as well. I love the script writers. I wouldn't be surprised if Elliot Page helped out there, wrote a bit of it, improved a little bit. Luther and Sloane, I have a problem with. It feels a little bit too much like Allison and Luther, but it's not exactly like Allison and Luther, so I guess. Overall, episode 2 was amazing. Episode 1 as well amazing. I can't wait to watch episode 3. I'm hyped. I love it. This is living up to my expectations and more. Okay, yes, I'm in my pajamas. I just finished episode 3. I love the sibling dynamic. I love how much Luther is making up for trying to kill Victor twice. The sibling dynamic. Diego needs to start being a better father. Harlan. This is gonna actually be Harlan. Is this how powerful Victor could be with practice? Like, how insane is that? Episode 3, once again, magnificent. The best thing I've ever watched. It just keeps the trajectory. Klaus and Reginald Hargreaves bonding. That was the thing I least expected in my life. And Oblivion. What is Oblivion? What do you mean Oblivion? I have so many questions. The vibes, and I don't know if I agree with Luther and Sloane, but they're definitely going to be the wedding episode. I think they definitely have to be. I have to continue watching tomorrow because it's midnight. I've been left on a cliffhanger, and the suspense, it's killing me. They just killed Alfonso and Jamie, and I was starting to low-key kind of like Jamie. I liked her angst. I liked Alfonso's jokes, their personality, but they killed them. I was not expecting that at all, and I was half expecting Klaus to be killed by the Kugelblitz. Literally watching it going, shit, the person who doesn't survive can't be Klaus. Klaus is my favorite character, Klaus, and then Victor's a close second. If any of them die, I'm simply gonna pass out. Oh, and when the person disappeared at that store in front of Luther, I thought Luther was gonna die, and I didn't think I'd be upset if Luther died, but I'm going to be upset if Luther died. I almost had a heart attack. Oh my gosh, what if they have a wedding and then Luther and Sloane both die? I think I'd actually cry. I didn't think I'd be this upset about Luther dying, but I'd be genuinely devastated if any of them died. I don't know if I'd take them too seriously if Ben died for a third time. Ben will come back, it's fine.
Episode 4, Kugelblitz.
I have a theory. Before I start episode 4, I'm going to say my theory. I reckon Harlan is the one that killed all the parents. It can't just be a coincidence that Sissy died on 1st of October 1989 and Harlan has powers. It's Harlan that caused the Kugelblitz. I just finished episode 4. My dog will be barking in the background probably. I've been crying. I thought Klaus was supposed to be immortal, and he just died in the stupidest way possible. Like, it was an accident. It wasn't anything dramatic. But someone's not supposed to survive this season. Does this mean he actually is dead? But why did they kill Klaus? He's my favorite character. They're not allowed to do that. And Victor and Harlan, like, I was so enjoying the little dynamics that they have of each of them, of each of the siblings, and they're switching it up, like Diego and Allison, and Victor and Luther. And I predicted Harlan being the cause of the mothers dying. It wasn't his fault. He did it on accident. Klaus just died. So my cat can sense if she keeps meowing at me, she can sense my emotional distraught. Klaus is my favorite character. I need to know if he's actually dead, but I don't think if he's actually dead, I don't want to go on to episode 5. You know, another thing, is that really how 5 ends up? Oh, how did he create the commission? It doesn't make any sense. And he was hired by the commission, and it just goes round and round and round. That doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused. And the fact that 5 just dug into his own chest and to get out that piece of skin, that tattoo, that's terrifying. Episode 4 is emotionally distressing. It's like if they killed Steve Harrington in Stranger Things. Like, that's what Klaus is to me. I can't believe they just killed Klaus in the stupidest way they possibly could have. I'm gonna, like, go and lay down on the ground and sob for a bit. Yep. I hope to God he's alive. I have one thing and one thing only to say about episode 5. Allison, what the actual fuck? Okay, so I finished episode 6 and I cannot stand Allison this season. Like, Luther, I couldn't stand. Allison, so much worse. I can't believe in episode 5 what she was doing to Luther, but in episode 6 she straight up killed Harlan. Harlan didn't deserve that. And even if he did kill their parents, it was an accident. I can't. And where's Victor through all of this? Is he still asleep? I don't know. And I knew it. I knew it. Lila lied about Stanley being Diego's kid. It's neither of their kids. She just borrowed the damn child. I'm very excited to start episode 7 though. What else happened? Luther got introduced or welcomed into the Sparrow Academy. Anyway, I'm absolutely livid that Harlan is dead. I did not expect his death to affect me that much, but it did anyway. I have to move on to episode 7 with Harlan dead as well, and Victor probably absolutely livid as I am. This is just so depressing, this series, and it's so much. It's so much chaos. On to episode 7. I am really enjoying this season. I just have one thing to say about this, and it's Allison's driving me crazy. I can't really tell if it's because that she rumored herself or she couldn't rumor herself to be happy that she is going all crazy in the head. Episode 7 is just insane, and I feel like every episode is like bringing them together and then tearing them apart again, which I'm not protesting against. I just can't stand Allison. I feel like it's completely unjustified, and it doesn't really make sense, and I don't know if it's supposed to not make sense, and I know we're probably supposed to not like Allison at the moment. I love Victor. Klaus I'm a little bit worried about. Klaus is my favorite character, and I'm obviously worried about him because Reginald Hargreaves has to be manipulating him about Hotel Oblivion, right? So what is that gonna lead to? The last episode's called Oblivion. What are we leading to? Who's gonna die? Someone's supposed to definitely die this season, and at the beginning of this season I would have loved for it to be Luther, but I low-key like him with Sloane. Like, I don't know if I entirely agree with it because, you know, magical kiddos seem a little bit like they could possibly be biologically related through those firefly light looking thingies, but Allison, if anyone's gonna die, it has to be Allison. I'm kind of happy for Luther finding someone that isn't Allison to be in love with, and Sloane seems to be just as unhinged as Luther, and in the same way kind of hinged, like unhinged, because the whole of the Umbrella Academy and the Sparrow Academy are unhinged, but they're not all unhinged in the same way. And you know what? That reminded me, Lila pregnant? She better not be lying about being pregnant and then disappear again or something, because I want Lila and Diego to be happy together so bad. Diego and Lila better not be one of the ones that die, because I can't stand them not being their endgame. If anyone's endgame, it's those two. And the more I think about Five watching himself die, the more I wonder how he created the commission, and how this season has left me with more questions than answers. We don't understand where they're from yet, and I feel like that will be one of the last things we find out in like one of the last seasons. And we haven't seen Reginald Hargreaves as an alien again either. I have so many questions. The next 3 episodes better answer those for me, otherwise I'm gonna cry, because that means we have to wait like 1 or 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many years for the next season.
Well, like I was saying, I have lots of questions. What the heck?
Alrighty, I've relocated to talk about episode 8. Why have I relocated? Because that was my favorite episode of the entire series. Out of all 3 seasons, I have never seen a better episode than that one. Okay, alright, Allison is a bit off her rocker, but how amazing is it that they're all together? They're all together as one happy, dysfunctional family. Old Ben is halfway back. Halfway between new Ben and older Ben. You got new Ben, as Klaus said. Klaus is trying to bring everyone together, including Reginald Hargreaves. Reggie is starting to go be a better father, even if it's a little bit of manipulation. At the end of the episode, I feel like we're supposed to think that it's Klaus that Five saw, like Five who's off screen when 5 saw Reggie. But I don't think it's going to be Klaus. It's got to be Allison, right? Does it not make more sense for it to be Allison? I would not be surprised if Allison's the one that dies. They'd have to make us hate one of the characters for us not to overreact before they die. So Allison's the one that's gonna die, and that makes me kind of sad. But at the same time, I can't stand Allison anymore. And I know it's a little bit incestuous, a little weirdly incestuous that Luther and Sloane are married. But you know, they're really cute together. And then Diego and Lila, they would have made great parents. They would have made up for the mistakes of their own parents. It does make me a little bit sad that Victor and Allison couldn't reconcile before Allison dies. But, you know, oh well. Victor being with his best man, that made me so happy, that part. And they all go back to Hotel Obsidian, and somehow they're the ones that have survived. There's something else going on here, something weird. There's so many questions, but it is the most adorable dysfunctional family coming together. It is my favorite episode so far of the entire series. That is the Umbrella Academy in a nutshell. It doesn't get any better than that, but there's still episode 9 and 10 to go, so I will go on and watch those, and I can't wait to find out all. I need answers for so many things, and I don't think we're gonna get all of it because there has to be another season. There would have to be. Catch you after I've watched episode 9.
So Luther's like dead. Is Klaus dead? He killed himself and then got sucked in. Is he doing that with the intention to like come alive at the end of the black hole? Because that would make sense. I can't accept the fact that Klaus is dead at all, and he's survived so many times. There's no way they could have set this up just for him to die. Klaus is my favorite character. He can't die. He's not allowed to die. I've been laying on the ground depressed, and I'm not allowing him to die. I can't believe Luther died. I did not realize I would be this depressed with Luther just straight up dead and Sloane crying over his body. Oh my god. We should have known, because his backstory happened at the beginning of the episode, and we should have known that Allison was going to reconcile with Luther because she knew that he was going to die, and Allison is working with Reginald Hargreaves, and Reginald Hargreaves pushing Klaus out of... I can't mentally handle this season. It's causing me too much emotional turmoil. I really just wanted Allison to die, but they really made us like Luther this season, and he made up with Victor as well. How is Victor going to deal with it? And I know they were sad, but oh my god, Luther and Klaus, and what are they going to think of Klaus? And Luther was depressed. Oh my god, and Abigail Hargreaves. Is that his wife? That had to have been his wife, but Reginald Hargreaves. And there was a throwaway line that Reginald Hargreaves was alive for centuries of work. And how does it even... Klaus. Allison is driving me crazy, and then 5 realizing that it was Allison working with Reginald Hargreaves, it was obvious, and Allison better die. And I want old Ben back for Klaus and memory. And are they gonna die? And Lila and Diego. And episode 9, man, I'm too mentally unstable to go on to episode 10. I need Klaus to be alive. Oh, I feel literally nauseous over the idea that Klaus is actually dead. Okay, check back in episode 10. Klaus is dead. This video won't be uploaded.
I had to wait to record my reaction to the last episode because I was so emotionally distraught this entire season. This season was insane, and the ending of them not having powers anymore, I guess the light things did get taken away from them. That gave them their powers. I don't agree with the fact that Allison got a happy ending. That's so completely unfair. And Luther's alive. You know what? I think that's all I really needed in my life, was that Luther is alive. I didn't think, but starting this season, didn't think I'd want Luther alive. Thought that was definitely the one that I wanted dead. But no. And he's skinny. He's not like half ape anymore. The most insane part was when they split up. After all of this that they've gone through to be a family, and Five and Victor look a bit hesitant that they're obviously the ones that want to be together. They walk off. Victor doesn't. Five does. He kind of just gave up at the end of it. The part where the final boss battle happened was so epic, with them fighting those people and Five losing his arm. I was like, oh wow, the Kugelblitz, it all had to happen for him to create the commission. But why does he create the commission? How does he create the commission? I still don't have answers, and you know what I don't have an answer to? What happened to Dave? They gave us answers to pretty much everything except for Dave. And also, there has to be another season, because Abigail Hargreaves, who's that, and what is well, obviously Reginald Hargreaves' wife, but what's her importance, and how did Reginald Hargreaves know that he was putting Luther on the moon to protect and guard Abigail if he didn't know, he didn't raise Luther? That didn't happen in this timeline, which makes me think Reginald Hargreaves can see other timelines or experience it all at once, and there's something going on. He's an alien, and do they know he's an alien now? What's going to happen with everyone's powers, and what's going to happen to the fact that there seems to be a second Ben in this timeline? Is the paradox psychosis going to happen again? Does the commission ever exist because the timeline was reset and nobody has powers this time? What is going to happen in this timeline if there's no powers, and how are they going to, there's no commission, they can't reset it themselves, and it's already reset, there's nothing they can do. But there's too many questions that I have. How is Reginald Hargreaves an alien? Why does he know all of this stuff? He shouldn't know this stuff. I don't understand. Each season always leaves me with so many questions. I know, I feel like I read somewhere that they're planning about 8 seasons and we're on the 3rd one, and personally I think they could keep going. There's very few shows that can keep going for multiple seasons and retain their consistent quality over time, and I personally think the Umbrella Academy, if done right, they could keep quality through 8 seasons. The only problem they'd have is Aidan Gallagher getting older, because he's an 18-year-old now playing a 13-year-old, which is a bit weird. This season was insane. I do low-key like the fact that Diego and Lila can live out their couple life now, but I don't think, if the timeline reset, does that mean Lila's not pregnant anymore? Because I feel like if they took away their powers as well, maybe this timeline doesn't have Lila pregnant. Because they took away physical attributes from Luther, there's nothing stopping them from taking away physical attributes from Lila as well. I have so many questions. Too many questions. But that is my immediate reaction to the entire season 3 of the Umbrella Academy. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and comment what your favorite part of season 3 was. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, anything to do with books, films, video games. If you enjoy that, stay tuned for those videos, subscribe for more content. I've been CJ, and as the end of the video, I will see you in my next video. Bye!